We heard over there from D.Y. Chandrachud, the Supreme Court Justice. Let's go over right now to my colleague Anusha Soni for all of the takeaways. Anusha, a mammoth judgment. Walk our audiences through the clear takeaways, please.
Well, to begin with, the resignation that Uddhav Thackeray gave and did not face the floor test has proven to be a death knell for him. The Supreme Court did not mince any words. The top court said that had Uddhav Thackeray gone ahead, faced a floor test, then there were grounds for the Supreme Court to go ahead and say that the proceedings in the House were illegal. The process by which he was removed was illegal, and hence the clock can be turned back. The fact that Uddhav Thackeray chose to resign and not face a floor test that he was likely to lose has proven to be one of the key reasons why the Supreme Court has not restored the status quo ante, has not restored him as the Chief Minister of the state. That being said, the Supreme Court clearly frowned upon the actions of the Governor and the Speaker. Right. Let me first talk about the Speaker. The Speaker recognized a whip which was not officially authorized by the Shiv Sena, whose president at that point was Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. The Speaker at no point can take a call as to who the chief whip of the party is. This is primarily the call which a political party takes, and that is something which has been clearly stated by the Chief Justice of India. Let's also come to the actions of the Governor. And I must say to our viewers that whether it was Nabam Rebia or it is the present judgment, the fact that Governor went ahead and called for a floor test, the Supreme Court said that at the point when the Governor took that call and when he took cognizance of the resolution that was earlier passed in June 2022, there was no objective material before the Governor to take that call. The fact that Mr. Devendra Fadnavis and a set of independent MLAs wrote that letter to the Governor is no ground for the Governor to take any kind of action of that nature. The Governor did not act in accordance with law. Now look at the situation right now, Toya. The Speaker acted out of the bounds of law. The Governor did not act per the law. That means the entire process was vitiated. Then why is it that the Supreme Court did not take the jump and restore the earlier government? Well, the simple answer is that Uddhav Thackeray broke that chain of causation. Had he faced the floor test, a set of illegalities would have led to his removal from the position of the Chief Minister. However, his own act of resigning is something in which the Supreme Court cannot interfere with. The court said we cannot go ahead and quash a resignation despite the constitutional impropriety of the process by which this government was formed. Uddhav Thackeray has not been reinstated as the Chief Minister of the state.
Okay, I want to ask you, Anusha, quickly before we go over to our other reporters. As you pointed out, the D.Y. Chandrachud, the Supreme Court Justice, he was very, very clear in the fact that he chided both what it is that the Speaker had to say. He also said that the Governor erred. I want to understand effectively, though, what does this mean? We know the Shinde government remains in power. By chiding both of these bodies, both of these decisions, what does it effectively mean?
If you ask me that politically on the ground from where Vinaya is reporting is anything going to change, I highly doubt that. However, there's one point for which I will await the details of the judgment to come out, which is the whip appointed by Uddhav Thackeray. Now, if that whip has been restored by the order of the Supreme Court, that bit I couldn't hear properly, so I'll have to go back and check that order. But largely it seems like that there was a constitutional process. Understand it like a chain. Speaker acted illegally, Governor acted illegally. There were no grounds for them to do so. Now, if that chain was not broken and Uddhav Thackeray would have lost that floor test, removed as the Chief Minister, ground for Supreme Court to intervene. The fact that Uddhav Thackeray broke that chain, it means that in reality, if you talk about the political reality, nothing changes on the ground as of now.
Let's check in now on what you just highlighted. My colleague Vinaya Deshpande with us at Matushri. Matushri, remember, is the residence of the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray. Let's check in with her. Vinaya, possibly a heartbreaking judgment coming in. All right, we're going to just cut away for a second. We have political reactions coming in.
नंबर 4, जर माननीय उद्धव ठाकरे यांनी राजीनामा दिला नसता तर आम्ही त्यांना परत पुनर्प्रस्थापित करू शकलो असतो. हे न्यायालयाचं निरीक्षण आहे. याचाच अर्थ हे ते सरकार जे आहे ते बेकायदेशीरपणे घालवलं आणि हे सरकार 100% घटनाबाह्य आहे. आता 16 आमदाराचा निकाल जर विधानसभा अध्यक्षाकडे येणार असेल तर येऊ द्या. जीपच बेकायदेशीर आहे.
Disqualification of 16
संपूर्ण
persons
प्रक्रिया बेकायदेशीर आहे.
will have to come to the speaker. Let it come. Even that is illegal.
प्रक्रियेवरती आपली भूमिका त्यांनी घ्यायला पाहिजे. जर घटनेनुसार राज्य चालणार असेल, लोकशाहीनुसार चालणार असेल,
there should be a position on the illegal
आपण
stance taken by the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly.
घटनाबाह्य बेकायदेशीर लोकांच्या बाजूने आहोत. हे कायदेपंडित आहेत विधानसभा अध्यक्ष, त्यांनी पाहायला
Whether we are by the law or we are by those who practice illegality is a stance that should be taken.
देशाला, देशाच्या लोकशाहीला, महाराष्ट्राला
This
दिशा देणार
judgment
आहे आणि आम्ही माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाचे आभारी आहोत. ठीक आहे,
will
काही
give
गोष्टी
a definite
आहेत, त्याचा
direction
आम्ही आता आमचे वकील
to the
चर्चा
country,
करू.
to the
पण
politics of
पहिली
Maharashtra,
अत्यंत
and we
महत्त्वाची.
are thankful to the Supreme Court for
शिंदे
that.
गट, त्या गटाने नेमलेल्या
The first three observations are extremely important.
प्रभू हेच
First, about the whip that has been appointed by the Shinde group.
सुनील प्रभू,
Prabhu is the official
सुनील
whip.
प्रभू हेच कायदेशीर
सुरेश
आणि
प्रभू.
योग्य व्हीप असल्याचं जर निरीक्षण सर्वोच्च
Sunil Prabhu
न्यायालयाने दिलं
is the
असेल तर
legal whip.
त्या व्हीपनुसार हे आमदार हे बेकायदेशीर ठरलेले आहेत. फक्त तो निर्णय हा विधानसभा
If that is the judgment that has been given by the Supreme Court, then these 16 MLAs have already stood
न्यायालयाने
disqualified
सांगितलेलं आपण पाहिलं असेल ही व्हीपची
because they have
खातरजमा
not
करून
followed the whip.
विधानसभा अध्यक्षांनी निर्णय घ्यायला पाहिजे होता. हे जस्टिस चीफ जस्टिस चंद्रचूड यांनी सांगितल्यावरती
The
तुम्ही
Speaker
दिलासा
should
कसा
have
काय
taken
म्हणता?
into cognizance
बेकायदेशीर सरकार आहे.
the true whip and the true situation before taking any decision. So even that is illegal.
याचा अर्थ सरकार बेकायदेशीर. राज्यपालांच्या सूचनेनुसार बहुमत चाचणी झाली, त्यानंतर व्हीप
This
बजावण्यात आली.
clearly means that
हे
the
सगळं
government
जर
is
बेकायदेशीर
illegal.
ठरत आहे तर मग कायदेशीर काय आहे? सरकारनं शिंदे आणि फडणवीस
If every
यांनी
step
उगाच पेढे वाटू
in the
नये
formation of the government is
किंवा त्यांच्या
illegal,
लोकांनी
then
सरकार
what is
टिकलं.
legal?
बरं का,
They should
खाद्य
not
वस्तू
distribute
नाही.
sweets at this
आपण
point.
बेकायदेशीर सरकारचं प्रतिनिधित्व करताय.
Government
नैतिकता
has
असेल
survived.
थोडी
That doesn't mean that
आणि
they should be
खोक्यांची
happy.
पापं धुवून काढायची असतील
If
तर
they have
सरकारनं
even an
ताबडतोब
ounce of
राजीनामा द्यायला
morality,
हवा.
and if they want to wash away the sins of the crores they have taken, then the government should resign.
मी इतकंच म्हणतो, आमच्यासाठी सगळ्यात दिलासादायक कोणत्या असेल तर सत्ता नसून शिवसेनेवरचा दावा फेटाळला हे आमच्यासाठी आनंदाची गोष्ट आहे. सत्ता येते, सत्ता जाते, पण बाळासाहेब ठाकरेंची शिवसेना
What is the most important for us is not power,
चोर दरोडेखोर
but
हा धनुष्यबाणावर
the claim
आणि
over
शिवसेनेवर
our
दावा
Shiv
करू
Sena
शकत नाही.
party.
ही आमची भूमिका होती आहे. आणि
Nobody
सुप्रीम
else can
कोर्टानं
stake
त्याच्यावर
claim to
शिक्कामोर्तब
our
केलं.
party symbol, and that has been signified by
बात
the
ऐसी है
Supreme
कि
Court.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का अगर आप निर्णय देते तो हम खुश हैं कि देश में लोकतंत्र और न्याय व्यवस्था आज भी जिंदा है. संविधान मरा नहीं है या कोई संविधान की हत्या नहीं कर सकता. सत्ता आती है, सत्ता चली जाती है. सबसे पहले जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि जो शिंदे गुट का व्हीप है कोई गैरकानूनी इलीगल है. उसका मतलब है वो लोगों ने जो व्हीप बजाया था वो गैरकानूनी, और हमारा जो व्हीप था उसने जो आदेश दिया है वो कानूनी है. तो उस व्हीप के मुताबिक तो सब लोग अभी डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाएंगे. विधानसभा अध्यक्ष को अधिकार है, ठीक है, लेकिन लीगल व्हीप कौन है? प्रभु है. ये सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने कहा है. तो क्या विधानसभा के अध्यक्ष गैरकानूनी काम करेंगे या संविधान की हत्या करेंगे?
राजेश
थोडा.
फ्रेमवर्क
बरोबर आहे. लवकरात सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाच्या सगळ्या घडामोडींवर लक्ष आहे आणि विधानसभेचे अध्यक्ष या डॉक्टर आंबेडकरांच्या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये संविधानाची हत्या करू शकत नाही. नैतिकतेच्या मुद्द्यावर ताबडतोब मुख्यमंत्र्यांनी आणि त्यांच्या सरकारनं राजीनामा द्यायला पाहिजे. उगा टाळ्या वाजवत बसू नये. राज्यपालांची प्रत्येक भूमिका बेकायदेशीर आहे.
government should resign.